everybody, and welcome back to the IPSL Podcast. Joining you this evening is your host, Frugal YT, the number 10 Paisho player in the entire world. My co-host for today is Gabrioski, of course. Gab.
Hello. I don't actually remember my ranking anymore. Is it fourth again?
I think it's 4.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm fourth ranked. Paisho player, whatever.
Boom.
Cool.
Yep, number 4. Okay, today, sorry about last week. I had some phone issues, so we didn't get to finish that episode. But we are moving forward with the next week's episode. These games are from Season 1, Week 5, that just completed
Yeah.
last night or 2 nights ago. And
Yeah.
so we are reviewing these, and we're going to do 4 games, just like always. We'll review them. And then,
And can I just say, can I just congratulate ourselves for outliving the previous Paisho podcast that only had 2 episodes.
well, do we have more than 2 episodes?
I mean,
This is our
we already
third.
published 2, right? This
Oh, okay.
is our third. So if people
Nice.
are hearing this, then we have outlived the previous
Nice.
Paisho podcast, which is a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Here's to the
Heck yeah,
new age of Paisho. We're creating it.
the
And
new
for the
age.
first game, we are hopping into Isni versus Sophie Sato. Isni is a very well-known player. He's got like 4 billion games played. He's a gameplay grinder. And then Sophie Sato is our resident GOAT. She is notorious for never using a wheel, which the wheel is pretty much responsible for 93% of your ring threats. So without a wheel, you kind of got way less tempo. So no one's ever advised that, but she does it, except for in this match. She runs the traditional route, and we'll see how that plays for her.
You know, I don't have that strong of an opinion on the wheel, especially since it was nerfed. Um, I don't think that it is necessary to uh, play specifically for tempo because both threats are also a thing and they're also harder to stop sometimes.
Yeah, but they don't exist.
But it is true that having
Harder to stop. You have to really. But both threats kind of don't go in with tempo. Like you create a wheel threat by making a new harmony. For a bow threat, you need one piece off of both harmony lines, or you need some pieces off
or
harmony
both
lines.
pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll analyze my game against Minkey in a fair bit, and you'll see a really nasty both threat that he made against me.
All right. Well,
Uh,
let's see.
but
Let's
yeah,
see.
we'll
Fair
see.
enough.
Sorry, spoilers, I guess. For now, we're gonna focus on Izzy versus Sophie Sato. Sophie Sato, well-known player for not using the wheel, which is something that I wish I had the courage to do. But I know like several strong players have already experimented with, especially Avirlas. I think Avirlas had a setup running 2 knotweeds, a rock, and a boat at some point. But those setups usually relied on just going into alts as quickly as possible. But yeah, we're gonna see Sophie Sato actually running a standard setup against Izni's 2 boats, wheel, and rock. And I chose this game in particular not because it's long and complicated, but we're gonna see a few interesting, I guess, sort of common lines that many players sort of play, and how we can sort of hide our threats as well, so that our opponent doesn't pick up on them, and we can sort of win with early ring threats as well, even though usually like they're harder to disguise, I guess. So we're gonna see a rush from Italy. When we speak about a rush for newer players, we just mean moving the first flower that you plant as opposed to planting a second flower. And this sort of setup generally allows for like a quick vertical threat, which is what host goes and tries to do if if Guest doesn't plant here. And we're going to see a 3-5 harmonizing instantly. Many players argue that this is suboptimal specifically because it doesn't set up either the rhododendron nor the jasmine into places that they can make like midline harmonies. But I feel like there are some interesting lines with this as well that haven't been analyzed yet. And so we're gonna see we're gonna see Sophie Sato actually planting here, and Esni sort of going for, I guess, this sort of idea, knowing that the south gate wasn't freed up specifically to avoid the vertical ring threat I was talking about. And now we're sort of seeing Sophie Sato trying to go for the vertical ring threat setup, and we're gonna see Isni going for this sort of threat instead. Now here's like a standard pattern that you might see in a lot of games. So in this specific move here, Isni harmonized and planted a jade. Now, as you might notice, the jade doesn't really harmonize with anything. The threat here is that it's threatening to capture, and Sophie Sato here can't really defend this rhododendron because she has to deal with this ring threat. So effectively, by setting up a ring threat and then setting up a capture, Isni is ensuring that the capture goes through. Now, whether that's a good thing here, it is up for debate. But what it ensures in this specific position is that it delays the ring threat from Guest. By the way, if you wanna join in, Frug, feel free to do so at any point.
Gotcha. How did this come about? Why didn't Isni play as 5 to 6-3 or to 3-6? Because I guess he was going vertical. That makes sense. All right.
Oh, you mean?
But did he have
Wait, what do you mean 6-3? Oh, wait, let me find 6-3 again.
Over to the right. Yeah, that one.
Oh, 3-6.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, 3-6.
Oh, you would have played it here. Why would you have played it here?
Well, I guess because I would have gone if I go vertical, I want to go with the 4, and then because like the whole deal with this leg ring threat that happens from just a standard 5-3 is that you can go in or out. So what's it called? A rock. What is it? What is the piece called? Is it called a rock? Am I tripping? Yes.
Yeah, it's a rock.
So that a rock can't block you. You know what I mean? Like you can't be blocked at all.
If you what do you mean? If you move it to 3-6, you can't be blocked by a rock?
Well, the rhododendron's in the way, but without that rhododendron in the way, no, a rock cannot block when the 3 is able to jump to the 5 and the 5 can jump to the 3. But here, he can't get the
I guess. Yeah.
So the rock works.
But it's not really relevant in this specific position. But yeah, an advantage of playing the rhododendron here is that if this sort of setup like fails, you can still like harmonize vertically and sort of try to harmonize and block Guest as well if Guest gives up the south gate. So for example, in this position here, as I said, Isni plants a jade. Many players would have planted something to harmonize with this rhododendron, just expecting to be blocked somehow. And planting something that harmonizes with the rhododendron here would be pretty strong because Guest here can't really stop host from harmonizing with both rhododendrons effectively. So even if I don't know, like an output was played to
It'll only work inside.
ensure that this rhododendron could not harmonize. You could still harmonize with this other rhododendron. Sorry.
Like the only way to block the. Oh wait, no, never mind. Because it's out of place. But yeah, okay. I'm hearing what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, we're seeing this sort of we're seeing the rock, as you mentioned earlier. This and the specific position blocks it because there's like this movement, like the Jasmine can't really make this movement because it's too far away.
So he takes.
And so
He doesn't. He blocks. I like that move. It's a good move.
yeah, so we're seeing Esne is still pushing for this threat now. Now the threat is also live again, and simply because harmonize and then vote. And so we're seeing a second accent being used here.
That's a win.
I think many players here wouldn't have used a second accent, right?
Oh.
They would have simply blocked, like they would have blocked the harmony.
Yeah, I bet Duo would have. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Polyev might not have. Takes?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's arguments in favor and against it. Here, I don't know if I like the positioning of the knot twist specifically because it sort of blocks this line, but it's effective against the specific threat. And now we're seeing Isney going for the capture that he set up earlier. And now Sophie Sato sets up a 5 again, just going again for that previous threat. And we're seeing Isney committing to the wrong side of the board, specifically to avoid this harmony from happening, because this would be like a disharmony. And so if Sophie Sato wants to harmonize this rhododendron now, she can't really place it on this line specifically. She still has like this sort of option, but then it just delays the threat setup. And so that's why we're seeing this sort of move here. And now that's where like the trickery starts, because this move here sets up the winning one, right? So, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't set up the winning one, but it sort of sets up the winning two, because there's one and then two and then both, yeah. And so you're seeing this as guest, and you're seeing this move as host. And as guest, you might be thinking, oh, host is just setting up. Host is simply blocking the threat from happening. But there is a nasty ring threat here, which is a boat ring threat. Speaking of boat ring threats, and so Sophie Sato moves away, thinking that using a boat would still allow for a win into, and just misses this sort of like diagonal movement that allows for the ring threat to just win the game.
Boom. Yeah, the boat.
Yeah.
Slept on.
Yeah. Really clean finish from Italy. And yeah, it's super interesting because, well, the way it was disguised as a block, right? So that's why maybe Sophie Sato didn't see it, and she just thought, oh, I'm just getting my ring threat blocked. Well, in fact, this was both a block, because it was blocking a midline harmony, but it was also a ring threat.
Boom.
So sometimes you can just do that. If you can find these sort of moves that do multiple things at the same time, they can be like super helpful in game.
Heck yeah! All right, next game is Minkey versus Gab. Gabriowski is our host, number 4 in the world. Minkey is the OG, the content creator before all content creators, and he's pretty good. I think he might be on.
He sure is, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's just not good at host, but I think he's really good. Anyways, yes. So here in this game, what kind of openings we playing? Gab's playing double boats, no rock. He plays a 4-3 contra, 4-3 opposite, and Minkey responds with a 5. I'm guessing. Yep, standard 5. Gab plays this as guess, which is pretty interesting. You don't no playing behind. I feel like if I see you playing some crazy garbage, it's because you want a gate block, and I would just gate block back. Minkey thinks not. Minkey continues on with just an interesting. Okay.
Well, not really. If you want a gate block after the first move, yeah, you just start planting, right? But then what, like, advantage do you get from gate blocking this position?
From gate blocking you have a great advantage gate blocking. You just go here, and then you play in.
No, as in, yeah, no. Well, okay, if I gate block in this position, what do I get?
Tempo. I think this is.
Do I get tempo?
Yes, if you gate block here, you have a ring and.
Because technically, me planting the 5 is gate blocking because I'm keeping that gate that Minkey would like to use after
but now you can
the
continue.
Jasmine
What
develops.
Happens? You move out. I guess that's
right,
fine,
but which one do I move?
Go here. I guess it makes
Yeah,
sense.
just move that one.
Alright, so he plays behind. Not a problem for you. I think you're up on tempo because of the weird. Okay, yes. So he goes for extra accents like usual. He can jump here now, which is what he needs. So he's 2 moves.
What do you?
Away.
My question to you is, what do you think of this knotweed?
I think it's good. I think not weeding any 4, that's especially because 4s are usually on. I think the best way to not weed a 4 is when it's right up against the white and you put it on the outside of it. But I think this is fine. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't go inside. I mean, you could go here, but then you'd have to move off. And then if you go up here, it's just harder for your other pieces. So I think this is a good knotweed. You didn't like the knotweed?
I did not like the knotweed now. Well, I mean, just look at the next move because yeah, it's probably that probably explains why I didn't like knotweed.
Well, you're still 3 moves away unless you take like a. Yeah, I guess you're not 3 moves away. This. No, you are 3 moves away. Okay.
I am 3 moves away, but
he's only.
Well, the thing is, when you're playing a non-harmonizing opening, one of the main things that you're looking for is like early pivot. And so the reason why you're seeing now a second plant as opposed to like harmonizing and planting is because, well, Minkey doesn't want to give up the east gate.
I guess you have a win in 2 if you keep planting. You have a win in 2 if you just develop 1. Wait. 3. No, everything's in 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So he plays in 3 behind. This is an interesting move.
Yeah, but that's like pivoting. That's what I was talking about. You can pivot using. Well, because what's the alternative?
You move out your 3 and develop in here. Start making.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that maybe taking Southgate. But I don't know, because like at this point, as you've seen, I have like 2 threats, like that are about to be set up, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
So
onwards we go.
Yeah.
You do this, what I thought you would do. Oh, okay. You do have a win in 2 with this little garbage. Okay. And now you have 1 2. Everything's still a win in 3. And now he's just on full defense mode. Goes orchid. Interesting. I feel like if you ever what the heck? Okay, so accent lock. Is that what we're thinking about? Accent lock. He's just gonna move here. Can he do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
What?
Oh, he can't. A wheel would win. So what does he do here? He puts. He just has to. Are you in? What does he do here?
What does he do? I mean, when I made this move, I did calculate that there was a way out of this move.
Really?
Sorry, a way out of this. But it's a move that requires him to just fully give up on his original threat, which is why I did it anyway. Now, this move that he does is only available to, the game since the wheel was nerfed. Because
okay.
prior, the wheel being nerfed, this would have been a checkmate.
Wait, what is this?
But because like,
Oh. I didn't see that. Okay.
yeah. So
All right, no politics. Who cares about the wheel getting nerfed? We
no,
play the
no
game
politics.
the way
But
it is.
originally,
The game is
so
how it is.
originally the
No one
wheel
cares.
turned both. Okay,
Boo.
whatever. I just wanted to give some insight on the game, but it's whatever.
It's not the game. That's a different version of Paisho.
Well, the original game, in the original game, the wheel turned both clockwise and anti-clockwise, and now it doesn't, which makes the game not symmetrical anymore for some reason.
That's fine. Now there's biases. If one day we get good enough to where we're playing in quadrants for win threats where a wheel would always work, someone needs to do that. If you're watching and you have a ton of free time on your hands, like the rest of us do a document on where the wheel works and which. Take my continuous ring theory and then run a wheel working. Give us a document.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of the main mistakes in Avirla's theory book, because Avirlas wrote that every single opening is symmetrical, and it isn't for this specific reason, because there are some openings that are not symmetrical, because if you do it on one side with some like with some specific flowers, it can be blocked with without accents, and some other openings, well, the same opening but like mirrored, sometimes it cannot be like blocked in the same exact way.
Okay, so somehow I just completely messed up my board, but it's alright. We were doing you versus this guy around 10G. Okay. Alright, so next we'll see what happens. This is okay, so he continues to block. You throw this in, but okay, you're just double blocked here. I don't know what the 4 is, an accent trap or something, so we can't. I don't know, but okay. So now he's getting a little action in. All right, and so you are going to just play the 4. Wait.
Yeah, the 4. I specifically planted the 4 because I saw this comment. I was like,
but so he just
I can just block it.
I guess he's got a piece in, so he can't develop. This 3 is. I guess he's got 2 pieces in. All right. So now what does he do? He takes. He doesn't take. You play the 4 out. He plays a 4. Does he just take here and then you take? Takes.
Take. No, I don't think that's
no,
gonna happen.
No, he doesn't takes.
I mean, it could have happened, but I don't know whether I would have. I mean, I as guest would have liked it. I as host probably wouldn't have.
Interesting. Okay. So now we continue on here. He's made his own little ring threat. He's trying to survive. You've got pieces on him at about, that's 9 to 13.
And that's a winning one, by the way.
Yeah, no, I saw it. Boom.
Yeah.
And a boom. Okay. You block and plant an orchid to hold his piece on the midline and block this forever. And
oh, this is also a threat.
And he goes to. Is this accent lock? No, because you can come here. Why wouldn't he use a knotweed? He doesn't have a knotweed. He already used it. Okay.
I feel like he.
Play over here. Why'd you do this?
Huh? I mean, that pretty much takes care of both my, ring threat, like my ring threats at the moment, right? It's like, it takes care of the 5-4-5-4 one, and it also takes care of the 5-4-5-3 one.
Okay. Well, we'll see how this game develops. So he goes for more threats with his boat potential. You block. He gives up, maybe? No? He's got no harmonization here. No harmony to make. So he moves out the orchid. No, he plays into no harmony. You're just developing on him, going crazy. And you play here for a ring threat. And what does he do?
Well, it's a ring threat into.
Yeah, but he's got a block, so maybe he blocks. Maybe this is the best. No, because there's no ring threat there.
Nah, you're gonna see a crazy move here,
Okay,
which is the boat threat that I was talking about earlier.
And you throw that in there to block a little bit more.
Yeah, so it's interesting because the only reason my move works in this position is because I have that 5. I have the rhododendron that right, because otherwise it would have been like a win. Does that make sense?
Okay, wait, what was the win threat? It was playing. There's not a win threat.
Oh, before, 19H? 19H has a win threat, yeah.
Warrior. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. So, you block. You continue on. You're just taking pieces, and now the material is down to 7 to 12. You're 5 pieces up now, which is quite. Or 7 to 11. Still 4 pieces. He's trying to keep up. He's grabbing. Oh, he's going wild on the orchid. Maybe trying to get this ring threat to work. He's got a threat again. You're just playing ultra alts defense. Locked and loaded. Blocks, blocks. Takes, takes, take. So now he's got to win in 2. And you play over here. You freeze his garbage, which is a good move because you don't have a lotus out. It's just better. He plays here. He's got to win in 2, nothing in. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, he's got to win in 1.
Yeah.
You finally use an accent, or your second accent. And we see.
What do you think of that knotweed?
Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's good. I don't know what his plan is with this 3. He moved it.
Yeah, I wanted to like stop the Jasmine from harmonizing as well as blocking the threat, so
that's good. It's good stuff. Okay, so he goes here. And you
I mean, he goes here because he sees the vertical threat. He didn't see the actual, like, the other threat, I guess.
Which is this.
Right.
Wait, what? I'm not seeing this. Do you win on this move? Wait, I want to figure out how to...
I do, yeah.
Wait, let me lock it.
Yeah, I
Let
do.
me lock it. I'm good at this game, I promise. What the heck is happening?
So, I mean, he moved the rhododendron to stop the vertical threat, right?
Yeah.
But there's another threat that he didn't block.
What the heck am I missing?
Which could have been blocked, now that I think about it. Yeah, it could have been blocked.
I'm confused. Let's all see together. We're all gonna figure out together. What? Oh my gosh! Cross origin like that. Dude, in no way, shape, or form am I ever seeing this. Maybe it's because I'm tired and it's early. But well done, Gab. Very cool win.
Yeah, I mean, invasion threats are really hard to see in general, so I was sort of counting on that happening. That being said, I mean, he could have moved his own rhododendron there and then block it. I feel like in this position, getting a ring threat is like almost a formality, because once he freed up Westgate, I could have just abused his Lotus while also blocking his threat.
Yeah, you definitely
So I don't know.
better. You're definitely better. Good game though. Wonderful game. That one's a good one. All right, we're taking it back to Gab. Pull up your game, Gab.
All right. Now let's see if I remember what I'm supposed to say about this game, because this is a very complicated game, I feel like. Unlike the Isni versus Sophie Sato one, which lasted, what? How long did it last? 12 moves. This one is a bit longer.
All right, let's get into it. Let's crack it open.
All right, to the second versus X. You want to do an introduction for both players, because this is like a very high level game.
This is a high level game. X. We don't know about X. X is like bipolar in his skill level. Sometimes he's popping off, other times I don't know. But he's very good. He's been around for a while. 2 Seconds been around for longer. 2, I just posted a video, the history of the top Paisho players. 2 Second appears in that video. I think maybe X does. I don't know. I'm not sure. But 2 Second is an incredible player. And she is rank 6, I believe. 6 or 7. No pun intended.
6-7.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
All right, we're gonna see standard 3-5s from both players, and this is sort of like the standard way of playing 3-5. We're seeing a divergence already. If you have to play 3-5 like this, where do you place your 5? Because like there are some players that just swear by the 4 corners, and there are some other players that are like, nah, I'd rather have this because it allows to develop wide in case I need to like
I think if you're host, you can switch
pivot.
it around, but because like if you're X here, and because the standard defense against the 3-5 is just to not let them get that other gate. Like here, not let him get west. But since west is open, now he has access to all 4 quadrants. Like I feel like for if they're letting you play the 5-3, you just play the 5-3. Let's see how this one pans out. Okay.
Now, planting the 4 here is actually a pretty standard line of defense against the 3-5. And the way it works is exactly like this, where the idea is you use the 4 to block the line that the rhododendron wants to, or like the 5 in general wants to go to harmonize. Now, obviously, that doesn't stop it because there's this move. I don't know if I In this position, would you have like harmonized regardless? Because that also sets up a threat, right?
I done what he did.
Oh no. Oh no. Actually, I didn't see the plant. Yeah, the plant threatens the take, so that's why
But now
the
he's
three
won't go.
move is better.
Okay. Here we are. He's in accent lock. Currently, no accents available. Is there not a checkmate?
What, like who? X?
No,
X?
two is my bad. She.
Oh yeah. So there is. I think there is a checkmate here.
Really?
And the check. Yeah. So the checkmate line in
Is it
this
down?
position.
I think it's down.
I think it's this maybe.
What? Oh.
Oh right. No, never mind.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. But maybe.
That wouldn't work.
Why isn't it just moving? Because they just move up to block. I think you have to move.
Maybe there isn't.
I think you have to move the. Yeah, maybe there isn't. Maybe there is not. Okay.
I think there would have been had the 3 been developed here instead of here.
Maybe.
Because had the 3, so basically had the 3 been here, then the rhododendron would have moved here.
Maybe it would have been better to like sack the jasmine.
I don't know, because this is a sack, but it's also a sack with harmony. So
yeah, but like look.
I mean, in this position,
if you
host would go up.
Okay, wait, he plants too.
Okay, so let me just.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We got it. I'm here mentally. If he sacks, he plants again.
Here, would you move here instead?
Yeah, and plant. No, I would move to -6, -1.
-6, -1. Wait.
That's
negative.
up,
Oh, -6, -1. Okay.
And then plant a 4, 3.
Oh, sorry. Let me. So, this, and then -6, -1, planting a 4 east. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this happens, and then here.
Like I feel like he can just.
But in this position. In this position, do you not just?
See, you have to accent. It's just a.
Well, not really. You can.
Yeah, you do, because it's checkmate if you plant.
What do you do here?
Okay, yeah, there's that. There is that. The narrow. That's what happens when you go narrow. Okay, so continue.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go narrow.
All right, we've accepted it. There is no checkmate.
There is no checkmate, but there would have been a checkmate had the jasmine been developed further back. Yeah.
Let's do it. Sandbox
Dude,
sandbox that. Show it.
Okay, I'll sandbox this. So if you, and it's actually, I think it's part of like one of the lines that I had developed back then with the 4-5. So if you do this, right?
Yep.
Huh?
Yep. He plays. Plants a 3. Move up. And now he just does the same rock. And then what?
Well, I don't remember where the 3 develops here. Wait.
Right to the right of the 4. Nope, to the right.
Oh, to the right. Okay. Here?
Yeah.
Okay, and then rock.
A rock. Where's our checkmate?
And then this.
And then he just blocks. He just blocks the negative.
Well, do you?
Yeah, you just block y equals -3. There's no.
How do you block it?
Block y equals -3 with the 5, or any piece. With the 4, I would say with the 4, or just do it to get.
Here?
No, off the accent, so you have another. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you see that?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Very
And
cool.
yeah, very cool. You have actually, because you haven't seen, I'm assuming you haven't seen the 4-5 variation
No, I haven't. Okay, let's
that
continue
I
with the
play.
game. You are right, Gab.
Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you after. I'll show you after the stream. There's like a 4-5 variation that does the same exact thing. That I used to play in the IPSL Open. I played it in the IPSL Open last year. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to the game.
Checkmates. That's very cool. Okay.
So we're in this position, and there's no checkmate.
No checkmate.
So there's still this sort of winning one, but since it's a winning one with accent, you can just sort of block it, which is what to the second does by also setting up this discover harmony. And so that's what she does now, is she just uses that set up harmony. Now here she decides to like actually sack the chrysanthemum, but here I feel like it's fine because it doesn't harmonize, so it's sort of like you sort of get back the tempo because gas doesn't get to like plant anyway. And now like this first thread is also like it's sort of dealt with, right?
Yeah.
I mean you can still have that, but then yeah, you just have enough pieces to block it, which is why we see X like instantly pivot. I feel like many new players don't really know when to pivot, like when's the perfect time to pivot, because if you get it right, you effectively lose no tempo. And I feel like here X pretty much nailed it, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah, he saw like there was no way to continue that threat and then just pivot it instantly. And now we're seeing another threat another take being threatened, and this time it would be like a threat with a harmony, which doesn't lose tempo. And X allows it, which might sort of be his downfall from here, kind of, I feel like, positionally. Because now host is sort of like an advantage tempo-wise. And now we're seeing to the second that until this moment was playing exclusively defensively pretty much, now opting to go for a threat of her own. And now here X continues the development of the pivoted threat, but again it's blocked, and in this position here I feel like there's like a divide between like top players, because some players would have played here regardless and harmonized just to not lose tempo.
Yeah.
But X just decides,
Continue.
actually go for the threat regardless. I don't know whether you agree with this or what you would have done in this position specifically.
I don't know. I think it depends on what pieces are on the board. Like.
In this position specifically, would you have made this exact move, or would you have harmonized instead?
I think I would have made this move.
All right. Yeah, it's interesting. Like there are arguments for both sides. I feel like some players would have harmonized and then planted like a lotus. But yeah, it's interesting. And we're seeing again another discovered harmony and the dragon being planted. We're seeing X pushing for that threat again, but now obviously the dragon is used defensively. What's your opinion on like the dragon specifically, or the how do you call it? The orchid, you call it? What's your opinion on that piece? Because I know a lot of
what it's
I know a lot
called.
of
You flipping.
I forgot, dude. I completely forgot how it's
You're
called.
lying.
I call it the dragon because canonically it's the dragon. But because a lot of top players actually argue that there are very few circumstances in which you would want it wild, because the dragon is supposed to be used defensively. But we know a bunch of like players love playing, the Hald, the hyper aggressive Lotus Dragon opening as well. So what's your take on this? What's your take on the dragon specifically? Is it a defensive piece? Is it an offensive piece? How do you use it?
Well, I actually don't know what a lotus is. I call that the dragon as well. So whenever I play Hod, the hyper offensive, hyper. What is the A? What the hell does the A mean?
Hyper aggressive
Hyper
Lotus
aggressive
Dragon.
dragon is actually what it's called canonically, because canonically there's
Uh,
nothing else but the dragon. But that's just for
right.
us real avatar likers. But that's all right. We don't have to litigate that, since unfortunately you weren't privy to that knowledge. But that's okay. I just always use both of my dragons defensively. Since we're just changing the names of the pieces, I'm actually, I also call the red 5 the dragon. So I get all 3 of my dragons, all 5 dragons on the board, use them all defensively. But that's my personal opinion on the dragon. But yeah, let's see where this game goes with so many dragons on the board.
All right. Now, interesting. I don't know if some people caught it already. This would have been a threat had it not been for the Jasmine disharmonizing. So that's interesting. Here we're seeing further development. I don't know what the 4 here does specifically besides harmonizing with the 5, but I guess you have to pivot at some point anyway, so you might as well. And I guess you have like this sort of line with the 5. I personally probably would have planned to would have moved the chrysanthemum here to block this line, because we're now seeing this threat like being developed. Now here's the threatening one, right? It's but that can be easily dealt with like development, I guess. But X, I guess, decides to use the rock, which also works for the same reason we discussed earlier, in which the Jasmine is too far away for this move to like be possible.
Yeah, what does he do? How does he respond? Keeps developing. I like. Oh. No, he does not.
Keeps developing and removes.
She does not.
Removes it, because in this position here you have 2 different threats, right? You have this one, and you have this one, and in this position here, I think X found, so quote unquote, the perfect place for the accent, which is the intersection of both harmonies. I feel like I'm trying to think whether this would have worked as well. No. This would have worked temporarily, but then
why would that have worked?
I guess, huh?
Why would that work?
I mean, because both threats share.
Yeah, but doesn't he just wheel that?
I mean,
the 5.
How do you wheel this?
You play the 4 up and wheel it.
Do you? Oh yeah, I guess you do. Yeah, never mind. I'm dumb.
So it's got to be an accent, and it's got to be a well-placed accent that stops pretty much every... Dude, how the heck did he block this? Wait, go. Let's see it. I'm excited. Oh, he blocks... Oh, you get a... Oh, the discovered one. Okay. All right, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What is our...
And now in this position, it's really interesting, because in this position, X looks completely winning from like an house perspective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1.
No.
She just develops.
No boat. Okay.
Oh, but I mean, to the second doesn't really have a boat anymore
Yep, that's
because she
definitely
used it earlier on the rock.
That's definitely true. Okay, so we got 2 is saving
This is
the
actually
pawn.
really interesting because X plants the lily, threatening to take the chrysanthemum. And this time around, to the second doesn't give it up. So I found it interesting because there isn't much to gain from this capture besides the fact that you pretty much lose lose access to the chrysanthemum on this side of the board. But I guess she's like considering using the chrysanthemum later on, specifically to develop the rose, which we're gonna see in a bit, because that's what's gonna happen now, pretty much. And now we're seeing further development. I feel like here, well, I feel like here X isn't really going for like a specific threat, right? Like there are too many pieces on the board to like set up this vertical threat.
Yeah,
So maybe he's just like setting up like alts, I guess.
probably.
Especially because again he's down on tempo, so he has to like defend mid lines. And we're sort of seeing to the second do the same thing here because this doesn't really set up a specific threat. However, we were discussing pre-stream that this move was a mistake because, well, what happens here is to the second plans the Jade to threaten to take. And X is like, okay, I guess I have to move it away, but by moving it away effectively allow for the previous threat to just be live, and that's how to the second wins. Now, interestingly here, I feel like there was a super fancy move that could have worked, which could have been something like this. Effectively defending the rhododendron with another rhododendron. If you have 2 of the same flower on the same line, neither can be captured because capturing one would lead to a disharmony. And so I think that would have been super, like it would have been a pretty good move here, because then this harmony would have been available regardless. So to the second would lose a tempo, and then we probably would have seen more of an even match because we would have seen this develop, and then
And you could also
so, like
boat
maybe another
that
plant
rock.
here.
You could boat that rock in the bottom left with that move.
Yeah, true.
Take tempo.
Yeah. You, in theory, yeah, you can do that. I don't know whether in this position you wanna.
I think if you're down
I'd
on,
have to.
he's down on pieces. He's down on tempo. I think that might have been a good move. Even he doesn't have any defensive ults.
But I feel like this move specifically, this move saves up a tempo regardless of whether you set up a threat or not. I guess this. I mean, if you use the boat here, you use up.
It's got no other.
You save up two tempi, I guess.
Tempi.
Because to the second can't really develop this, and then
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Has to like deal with the threat. Yeah.
Would have been interesting, but GG's to the.
Would have been interesting, but GG's, yeah. Sometimes, especially in these complicated positions, like a single move can just blunder the entire game, which is sort of like
crazy.
I mean, it's one of those cool quirks that the game has, right?
Yeah, it is a crazy game. All right, final game of the week. Polio versus 2 the second. I think maybe 2 versus X or U versus Minky was probably game of the week, but we just structured it like this anyways. Because Holly Elf is number 1, so we gotta give our number one spot. And 2 seconds pretty good.
And that's valid.
So let's see it. What accents we pick in? Both go normal, pretty standard. They're really good players. Holly Elf is host. She plays a 4-5. Everyone. This would be opposite. So I don't know. I don't know. Is this how most standard 4-5s are played? Who cares? Alright, so let's see what Hollyoff does. He usually gate controls. He does,
Hollyoff?
well, at least for move 3. Like Duo would play out. But here we go. So we've got pretty standard stuff. Hollyoff's playing out.
Well, it's not actually, it's not really standard. Because I don't think you would develop the roast like that.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, you will see
he's
it's like
going for this thing. But how did...
it's a really neat opening. Yeah, it follows Minkey's sort of line.
Does he play in here? Let's see. Let's all find out together. No,
Yeah.
he's just quick with it. And boom. So now he's set up. Oh! Oh! I like this. Okay, I think we did talk about this once, but what an interesting ring threat. This is high level gameplay. This is high level gameplay. There is a ring here from to the second. The only way, I think, this is the only way he can have a ring threat here. He swaps tempos with his own not wait, perfect.
No, there is no ring threat from to the second, by the way.
Oh yeah, we did talk about this too. Alright, so you thought maybe that was a blunder, but anyways, so he gets
no, I didn't.
Tempo.
I was
I think the important thing is that he took
I didn't
tempo.
really
Takes tempo.
Okay, yeah.
She has to play a not lead back, so it's like, oh well. Can he keep the tempo is the question. Double block here. I don't see a win in 2. What is the win in 2? Playing here. Here's a win in 2. Okay. He does it. So now he's got the win in 1. And 2 can block here. It's the only move where she doesn't use an accent. So is that what she does? No, uses a second accent. Okay, move 10, 3 accents down. It's because she maybe wants tempo. And now she can like move this 3 out to plant and get discovered. Ring threat, okay. Hollyoff responds by developing. And now he's got to win in 2, but she's got to win in 2 first if she moves out and plants. So what does she do? Moves out and plants. Very nice. And how will Holly block? With another accent. Okay, the best players in the world all playing early accents. This is crazy. This is not how Duat intended the game to be played. But we're doing it anyway. And
okay.
Blocks.
Yeah, crazy take. Yeah.
This is just like tempo.
I'm super
flip.
interested.
This is just tempo flip. That's all that's happening is just people taking tempo from each other with accents. Very interesting.
But it's kind of like how accents are supposed to be played, right?
If we get political, I'm throwing my freaking MacBook out the open window. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not about politics. It's about, I mean, in theory, like how else would you use accents if not to like?
You use them for alts if you're
whatever.
You use them for alts if you're duop, but
okay, I guess it will be interesting to see duop back in the game with the current meta. Because it is true that duop can go up like accents a bunch and then like force alts, I guess.
Yeah, he's pretty correct. All right, so we got a ring threat from Hollyoff. 2 is playing a. She's just gonna throw this guy right here, probably, or maybe here, or maybe here. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. And she does there. Okay, so she's blocking everything. That's fair. And that feels pretty well defended, but this is also a win in 2 here. So we'll see how this plays out. Maybe she should have blocked the 3 so she didn't have to waste an extra move blocking. But I guess she can come here and now she has her own win threat. Oh, okay. What? She decides to go boat. Or not. boat. Not necessarily boat, but she gets herself an extra harmony. That's fair. But why would she do this? Doesn't this force an accent if she... Why did she move here? Oh, because if she moves here, he's got this. No?
Well, there's a win, yeah.
Well, no, because the rock. Oh, she moves down. Okay. I see. Alright, so there's a win.
Well, Holyov can move down, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Oh, it ends. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. There's just too many wins here. So let's see. What move should she have done? Is this a forced accent? Do we know? If he moves this here, if she moves this here, what does Holly have? Nothing. Okay. Maybe not. I think this is
true, yeah.
I think this was the right move, maybe, without using an accent.
Yeah, maybe developing the dragon.
What I'm saying is, if she had done this to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the dragon to the right and just blocking the rows.
He plays up. There's no ring threat here, you
know? Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunate, but it's part of the game. And this is what high level Paisho looks like.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Crazy.
Incredible stuff. Greatest game on the earth.
Yeah.
Greatest game ever made.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. But you know, it's an alright game.
All right, there was one question from a fan, from Queen Marcochi. We're calling him a fan. What was that?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, the question was, if you join the IPSL right now, do you still have a chance of qualifying for the major, for the winter major?
Okay, so technically, no. Technically, no, but we might fix that. I might change it to where you just need 5 games and the friendlies can count as games. I might change that. And if that's the truth, you have to join by not next week, but next week. Week 8, which week 8 will be our last week before we have a 1-week break for Christmas. And then we'll do...
Oh yeah, how many rounds do we have left before the winter major?
We have... This next week is week 7, right? Or are we playing week 7? No, yeah, next week's week 7, then week 8. Oh, wait. No, then 2-week break. Should we do a 2-week break? I feel like I kind of want to do that. Maybe we don't. We'll just do a 1-week break for the week of Christmas. Then we have week 8, then week 9, then week 10, then the break week, and the major will be in late January. So, if you want to come get IPSLC points so you can qualify for Worlds in the summer, join the IPSL right now. Get your games played. Get your ELO up. Qualify for that major. Go win the major. Get your 120 IPSLC points. And then you're set. I don't know if 8 people will have more than 120 points by the end of it. I feel like whoever wins Major 1 has a free ticket, which will probably be Hollyoff, but that's all right. Maybe not. Gab can beat him if Gab's locked in.
I don't know. I've never beaten Hollyoff. I've never beaten Duet. I'm just I've just been inflated. Like I think with like players like I think I've played players that are like slightly better than me, and I got lucky, and now people think I'm really good when I'm not as good. But yeah,
he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Right now, the rankings look like for the people who have played the 5 matches, Gab is not included. He did not play in week 1. He was too cool.
I did not play in week 1. I didn't know that the IPSLC was like happening. I guess
I literally texted you it was happening, but that's all right. So there's.
Well, did you ask me to sign up? I thought I was, I thought it was automatic, but whatever.
I can't remember, but right now the rankings
it happens.
Look like
I get there.
Out of the people who've played 5 games, Hollyoff is rank 1 because the rankings are on ELO. So Hollyoff highest ELO, then X, then me, then Minkey, then Isney. Wait, am I ahead of Minkey in the rankings? I'm rank 9. Minkey's 10.
Okay, but
I have one
I
more
am
elo
confused.
than 5.5.
Okay, I am slightly confused about how qualification for the major works, because I thought we were just accumulating points from the weekly games, not elo.
You accumulate elo from the weekly games. You also accumulate points. What do you mean?
Yeah. What about how do the points?
Points are
like-
only for champs. Points only work
Okay.
for champs, because if I have, say we have 20 scrubs in here and they're playing every week and they're playing each other, I don't think, and then Duat joins late and gets his 5 games, but he doesn't have as many points. I want Duat in there for the major. You know, I want the best people to be able to qualify easier than the worst people. And so for major, for getting big points, it's all about rank. It's actually how good you are, not how well you've
Right.
done.
I guess, but then I have a follow-up question, because
Sure.
imagine you have like 0 elo, and then you played 10 games,
Yeah,
and maybe that season there aren't like that many good players.
yeah.
Even if you win all of them, you might not get into like top 8.
Well, you only need to be in top 6. It's top 16 for
Oh,
majors.
top 16. Right.
So we probably won't have enough people to fill all 16 spots, but that's all right. The way it works is it'll just pull people who haven't played 5 games, or maybe it gives buys to the top ranked players. But yeah, so it's top 16. It's fairly easy to qualify for the major. Like, we have 18 players right now, and a few of them aren't great, but we'll see. We'll see how everything shakes out. Season 2 is something interesting is coming. Season 2, it's in the works. If a mod will respond to me in the event planning chat, please, I'm just asking for one thing. I think the community will like it. So we've got something planned for season 2. Stay tuned. That'll come after
True.
finals for me, which
Yeah.
are in early February. So thank you all for joining us for episode week 5. For episode 3, week 5 of the IPSL podcast. We will be back next week after we play our games. Me and Gab have a game this week again, a League A game.
That's
where I'm
interesting.
playing
That we
host.
will be able to like analyze that.
Yeah, we can analyze.
It's a
the League
rematch,
game.
right?
Yeah, it's a rematch because we just hit week 6, which is like the halfway point. So there will probably be a lot more rematches now. X was complaining about that, but oh well.
Oh, you're playing my brother? Wait.
No, I'm not playing your brother. Your brother.
No, because I saw Queen Marcochi in your games.
Oh.
So Queen Marcochi versus Fruglo.
Where's that?
In your games.
Yeah, this was from Saturday Smash number 2 that we just messed it up.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.
And thanks for joining us, guys. Feel free to leave us suggestions on how to improve the podcast as well, because we haven't heard from anyone. I know some people are listening to the podcast, but I got no feedback. I don't know about you, Frug.
No, just X complaining that it didn't happen last week. Sorry about that.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
But all right.
But yeah, so just drop your suggestions in the comments. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
We're not on Instagram
and Discord
or
as well.
Twitter, but we are both on Discord.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. All right, adios.